liberated the hourglass and become keeper of time. My next task was to restart history. Not beholden to past events. I was free to...
Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Mortal Kombat 1, running on PlayStation 5. Okay, where do we leave off? The story. Band of Brothers. It's the old fall animation. I'm actually surprised they stuck it in there. When they're being a little bit lazier in Mortal Kombat 3.
Johnny, Kenshi, Kung Lao, you have safely returned. By the Elder Gods.
We had a run-in with Princess Melina's inner demons.
She took my sight, but Sento, in its own way, restored it.
I am glad that Sento bonded with you. Though my hope was that the means would be different this time.
This time?
Forgive me, Kenshi. I misspoke. Go. The monks will tend to your wounds.
I know, if only he knew.
But he got away. I can see why you're twitchy about him. He's neck deep in some serious shit.
Rest. Eat. Then we will discuss.
Can I also get a martini? Shaken, not stirred?
I don't know about you, but I'm not really all that fond of martinis. I mean, it's just pure alcohol. No flavor.
Astra and Syzos.
Which I understand is the point.
As Earthrealm's protector,
But I don't like the point.
Do you also know of my former master, Quan Chi? He colludes with Shang Tsung.
A new deadly alliance? Come, all of you. You must tell me all you know.
Well, so much for that martini.
Shang Tsung and Quan Chi again conspire against Earthrealm? What Johnny and Kenshi report should not be possible. You witnessed how I rewrote
And this
history.
artwork is so crazy. The lighting is so good.
Lives. They should have never gained power, let alone join forces.
I mean, in the regular game too, not just the these pre-rendered cinemas.
Their lives have been, had someone.
They're all based on the same real-time engine anyway.
Interfered? What do you mean?
You do get more detail in the cutscenes, but that's to be expected.
Both sorcerers were visited by this person. It is her intervention that bent the arcs of their lives.
Who is she?
Unknown. Her identity has been obscured from the hourglass.
Who could have that power? Is it Kronika? Somehow resurrected?
Impossible. Titans once destroyed cannot be revived.
Then someone else must have survived the previous timeline. Someone with a vendetta against me.
That's interesting that
Only plausible theory.
Titans actually die in this universe. Everybody else can be resurrected.
You must determine its validity, Geras. The fate of the realms may depend on it.
Well, I mean, for now. Maybe they'll change that rule later.
How long are we expected to linger?
Patience, Bihan. There are many demands on Liu Kang's attention. Were he here, Father would advise us to wait without protest.
But now he is gone, and I am Grand Master.
His teachings did not pass with him. They should still guide us.
Guide us, yes. Shackle us, no.
We can't abandon tradition.
Mind your place, Tomas. Father may have taken you in, made you one of us.
Yeah, Smoke looks like that actor that was in The Raid, the police chief. Looks kind of like him.
Lord Liu Kang can see you now.
It is about time.
I mean, a younger version of him.
Shang Tsung is here, at the ruins of Ying Fortress. His soul stealers are already under construction. You must destroy them, and capture Shang Tsung before either can inflict harm upon Earthrealm.
We will leave immediately.
And we will join you.
You are not Lin Kuei. You would only hinder the effort.
Raiden and I are more
We're
than...
trained differently. It takes years to master our ways.
You and Raiden have my full confidence, but you are needed elsewhere. Go to the Wuxi. The monks must prepare you for war.
That's quite a fortress. You would normally not get in
The
there.
way in is over the walls.
We must find a less guarded section before attempting an ascent. Finally, we face a worthy foe. Victory will bring us glory.
Glory. We fight for duty.
Does our father's ghost possess you? All I hear is his voice.
We must honor his vision, Bihan.
Vision is what he lacked. He was blind to our superiority. We settle for defending Earthrealm when we could help lead it.
Our clan doesn't govern. It serves.
That is our past.
Yeah, one time
It won't
in
be
the
our future.
mid-90s, I met John Turk, who played Scorpion at the time. That was Mortal Kombat 3 at the time, and that guy's arms were really that big, as big as these character models. It was like I didn't know somebody's arms could actually get that big. I mean, still maintain that kind of shape. Usually, if somebody gets that ripped, then it just looks like giant circles on your eyes, and it doesn't have like a good bounce stick to it. Oh, that's it. You're not helping Sub-Zero.
As a boy, I heard tales of battles against your kind. I had fought them tall ones.
All Earthrealmers will soon know of Eternus. My realm starves, and it's coming here to feed.
Okay, Sub-Zero. Boy, Sub is kind of boring. But still very effective. Triangle, square, triangle. Square, triangle, triangle. Yeah, they kind of gave him like a little bit of everything. Though he's less powerful than he was in Mortal Kombat 11, it doesn't mean that he's not powerful. Though I think it really more has to do with all the other characters in this game being having a fair number of counteracts for Sub-Zero. You know, a clever player can kind of get around it, but that would not be me. I would not be a clever player.
End this day hungry. What is this?
Ah, oh boy, Ermac.
Are charged with defending the fortress. None will escape us.
I really do hate the way Ermac talks.
Test your might.
I think the voice actor is fine, with him always being we, us. I'm just like, yeah, you're the most annoying character.
His creation. Liu Kang warned about you. I had hoped for the chance to battle your dark magic. Fight.
Oh, no, that's not it. Too late. You see him.
You're not so fearsome. You're both unharmed.
We are, brother.
Good. After our years of idleness, it pleases me to again face combat.
I will be pleased when we complete our mission.
I turned on one of the 60 frame per second hacks on the PC version, and let me tell you, some of these things are pretty frightening. What happens to the faces of some of these characters when you turn on 60 frames, since a lot of them just were never meant to be animated that quickly. Like the faces, when they move around, they get detached from the body, but the skin still stays intact. So it's like something out of a horror movie.
Continue working. I must oversee production of the remaining basins.
So at some point in time, I hope they decide to release a unlock 60, maybe even 120 hertz on the PC. I know NRS games are not necessarily the best on PC.
That's Quan Chi, the other sorcerer Liu Kang described.
Kuai Liang and I will capture it.
At least to start. They get there eventually.
Do not let them activate the Soul Stealers.
Oh, Quan Chi. I just never thought he looked that cool. I mean, this is the best he's ever looked, but still not as cool as everybody else. He just has like a real average look to him. It's a lot of gold. You make a couple of face masks out of that.
There will be spoils in this war.
Let us win it first, brother.
Will the Soul Stealers be completed on time, Quan Chi?
Yes. Our benefactor's guidance has proven most helpful.
If we break it, we'll
I like how both Kung Lao and Shang Tsung are like the cockiest bastards in the game. Kung Lao in a playful way and Shang Tsung in a asshole way. do think it's too bad that all the cutscenes, just Shang Tsung just always gets his ass beat. Because as a character, if you're playing as him fighting, he's probably one of the stronger characters in the game. But for some reason, in every cutscene, he's just constantly getting beat up by everyone. Come on, really? Okay, I thought I was doing that. Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't do it, huh? Interesting. Yeah, but you know how much I play with Sub-Zero.
Your failure was inevitable.
This is so unnecessary. What I can offer you, you won't decline.
Unless it's your surrender, I am not interested. Fight!
Oh, it's so slow. Too late. Timing's always real funky on these games.
It is your choice.
I mean, once you get it down, it's super satisfying, but boy, getting there is tricky. And every character is completely different.
I had hoped for a worthier enemy.
Not me. I'd rather have them all be easy. Oh, it's like, these guys took us out? Why aren't these the main villains? They don't even get individual faces.
Perhaps now you wish to entertain my offer.
How would you know what I value? We're strangers to each other.
I know that you wish to break free of Liu Kang's control, to gain your clan unrivaled power. I offer the means to do both.
Ignore him, brother. He promises only corruption.
Grandmaster, I am sure you're asking yourself, can I afford to trust a man I have never met? But the true question you must ask is, can I afford not to?
The motion capture is so good. Got like little eyebrow movements and things. It makes them think like 10 years ago that it would be very difficult. Wasn't impossible, but that would have had to been a motion artist separately doing that himself.
You have been conspired against by those who fear how formidable you could become. I am Mortal Kombat Universe. Join me, and I will put the realms at your feet.
Who are you? Impossible. My realm and your clan have much in common. We both feel the pull of Liu Kang's leash.
Once Outworld rules Earthrealm, you will be free to remake the Lin Kuei in any manner you see fit.
Bi-Han, don't listen! We must stop them, not—
Silence, Kuai Liang.
But brother!
Obey your Grandmaster. Can you win this war? Soul Stealers are deadly, but they're not enough.
You only think so because you don't understand their true purpose.
Explain.
Look at Shang Tsung. He's just having such a great time now that he doesn't have to be a con man.
Enemies beset him on all sides. He built a great army to protect his empire. He built a second one to protect him in the afterlife. This is Emperor Ying's Dragon Army.
I mean, he's almost too charismatic for a final villain.
Impressive. But does this history lesson have a point?
These statues were constructed and enchanted by the great mages in the Emperor's court.
Walking and talking. It's like a PlayStation exclusive.
They are animated by fragments of souls. Once alive, they fight tirelessly, unburdened by remorse or pity. As our ally, you will be given command of several battalions. Few in Earthrealm could then resist the Lin Kuei.
Again, it's weird that they captured so many, like, small screen acting.
How could you? Father would turn in his—
It's not like stage acting where there's like lots of hand movement, you know, big gestures. It's very, very subtle kind of acting.
And I was right to let him die.
Let him die? You said you tried to save him!
A lie. Because you couldn't and still can't face the truth. Father had doomed the Lin Kuei to mediocrity. Now, we will achieve greatness.
I'm surprised you ever got captured, Scorpion. Look at you. It's all these same guys that captured us. He's just like, yeah. Time to be serious.
He is a feisty one.
Are you going to blather or make yourself useful? This Earthrealmer must be neutralized. Fight.
Okay, what do we got? We got square, triangle, triangle. Oh, it's very similar to Sub-Zero. I guess that kind of makes sense. Triangle, square, circle, XXX. That's got to be the most boring thing. Yeah, that's true. I think the hardest thing going into this game, or just any NRS game, if you've been coming into Street Fighter, is learning how these combos work. Because there's a lot more precision in a Mortal Kombat game. Meaning you have to hit the buttons at a very specific time. Whereas a Street Fighter game, like it's a little looser. You know, the game lets you get away with a lot more. At least for certain parts of the game, just the regular gameplay. You know, as soon as you start getting into more high-level combat in Street Fighter, then it gets a lot more picky. But am I hitting these buttons right? What the heck? There we go. My goodness. He's another one I never really played that much of.
Neither of you are up to the task.
But the good thing about this game is that the training mode is really excellent. Because it's not just showing you the buttons, it's also showing you when you hit the buttons. Whether or not you can do it is another story. But that was the one complaint I had about the Street Fighter 6's training mode. It's just like, it's a list of all the buttons. You know, and it shows you what to do with your combo, but it never really actually tells you how. And it's your job to figure out when to hit the buttons, you know, when to do the motions, and it's not actually all that helpful. And then when you tell it to show you the moves, display it for you, it still doesn't show you when you hit buttons. Because when you hit them is just as important as hitting the right ones. The only bad thing about this training mode is that while it does cover, you know, lots of different combos and lots of different characters, it doesn't have like a dedicated section for each character.
I assume your brother has not. The sorcerer tempted him into forsaking his oath. He can be convincing, can't he? Spurning him.
But I'm actually glad that they didn't put like little tutorials for every character you have to play as. You know, completely slowing down the game. I saw one of these reviewers complaining that that there wasn't like a little break between every new character you learned to have a tutorial. And it's just like, to me, that's just a little bit of whining. It's like, you're gonna learn the character, go into training mode. There's a learn mode just for that. If you put that learn mode into the regular story mode, I mean, the story mode would last significantly longer. And it would annoy way more of us than help us. Like, can you imagine? You spend like 10 minutes before the beginning of each chapter learning how to play this character, when you could just hit the start button and just like look at the stuff yourself. Too much hand holding can be bad, yeah. But it's a tough balance, especially in a game that's very complicated.
The mistake is yours, Outworlder. What have you done?
Kind of doing the same thing I've been doing for a while now. It's interesting, they kind of gave you the impression that Havoc and Darius are not necessarily like just normal bad guys. Like they're kind of stuck in a situation that forces them to align themselves with Shang Tsung or with Quan Chi. Which is an interesting take. I'd be kind of done fighting for these guys at this point if it were me. I mean, how possibly good are the benefits, right? There's no way their healthcare plan covers a burned off face. Yeah. I'll be putting in my resignation. Can't even work from home. Got to be on the field every time. Screw this job. Yeah, I forget. Jumping is actually not that well, or not really that encouraged in this game. Like, the times that you jump versus the times that you dash are much lower. It's not coming out the way I think it's supposed to come out. Yeah. Well, his timing is so different than Sub-Zero. That's good though. I mean, you don't want your characters to all be the same. You want to play a game where, you know, 6 characters of your 20 are Shotokens.
A Lin Kuei's flame is not easily smothered. Split up! We must find him!
But it is funny to think that, you know, early Mortal Kombats, they were limited by real-time real actors, and so they could only do so many moves, and they could only have so much variety. So it used to be every character was like a variation of Sub-Zero.
What happened? Where's Bi-Han? He's betrayed us. We're all in imminent danger.
Now they're all quite different.
Letting Father die. Forsaking Earthrealm. He's abandoned all reason. I knew Bi-Han's frustrations ran deep, but I never thought they could inspire such madness. We can't let his corruption spread. Whatever it takes, I am with you. Thank you. We may not share blood, but we are brothers.
Do your oaths mean nothing? It's your duty to obey my will.
Not when it betrays Lin Kuei principles. We won't sacrifice them to serve your ambition.
How about Naga's vision? Incredibly well coordinated fights too.
Kuei Liang! Stay back. This is my fight.
End this, brother. Embrace the future.
I want no part of it. You pervert all that it means to be Lin Kuei.
Fight.
Okay. Like I said, that's... his launcher. The high kick is not good enough to be a launcher.
You are my Grandmaster no longer.
It's nice. And why they tone down the down twos, the uppercuts?
Once he's exposed, won't you be made Grandmaster?
You forget Cyrax and Sector. Their loyalty to Bi-Han is absolute. They'll sooner abet his corruption than follow me. We must chart a new course. One that both honors our father's legacy and serves Earthrealm. Help me. We can't leave him here to aid Shang Tsung.
How did you achieve this, sorcerer? You arrived not a moment too soon, Geras. What have you learned?
In scrutinizing Shang Tsung's first meeting with his benefactor, I made an important discovery. Her life essence, the very time crystals that make up her being, are not of this timeline.
Not of this timeline? How could someone from a previous timeline enter this one?
That cannot happen.
If that cannot happen, then what has happened, Geras? There are no other timelines than those that have come before.
Oh, thank you for that information, which is absolutely nothing. Good job, Geras.
Timeline, which exists concurrently with ours.
Two timelines, side by side, moving forward simultaneously?
Never in a billion lifetimes have I seen this. But that does not make the other timeline any less real. There can be no doubt that Shang Tsung's benefactor hails from it.
And who she is, why she's here, where she's from. All questions we need answered, which we can't while we are under attack. I will go to Sindel, convince her to withdraw from Earthrealm by showing her how history is being manipulated.
That will require revealing to her your prior role as Keeper of Time.
The situation gives me no choice. I will need your help, Geras, to prove my claims to the Empress.
I know, I almost kind of wish the story mode was longer. I mean, it's already a pretty long story mode as it is. But it seems like there's like so many gaps that I think could be filled a little bit better. As I said, again, it's fine how it is, but it'd be nicer if it was just like a longer series of missions.
I must see Her Majesty. She must call off her attack on Earthrealm.
Her decision was unwise, but she no longer seeks my counsel, and I doubt she's interested in yours.
The Empress has been deceived. Shang Tsung and General Shao have fomented this crisis as a means to steal her throne.
General Shao? I knew he was hiding his true intentions. But join Shang Tsung? I knew he couldn't be trusted. Were I still Umgadi, he would never have breathed the same air as the Empress. My palace sources told me he arrived out of nowhere, and immediately had the Empress's ear.
He gained her trust by treating Princess Melina's condition. Tragically, she is afflicted with Tarkat disease.
Like, I think we're missing a scene where Sindel declares war on Earthrealm. It seems like let's just kind of skip that over.
I have shared this with no one. I trust that you, of all people, will keep this secret.
Of course. Were it made public, it would bring down the royal family.
Li Mei, Empress Sindel needs our help. Will you join me?
Emperor Jared's death, the pain it caused Empress Sindel, has always haunted me. I failed the royal family once. I won't do so again.
Man, Kelly Hu's so good. That's a an example of a traditional actress that could transition to voice work, successfully.
Makes sense. My Umgadi contacts had said the general soldiers had been encroaching, but still, I can't fathom.
Honestly, I think all traditional actors can transfer to voice. It just takes some adjustment.
He played to the general's vanity, inflamed his prejudices.
At least nowadays. Maybe that wasn't true in the
alone
past.
Could save our world.
He may be unstoppable. The Umgadi don't have numbers, and my constables aren't trained for war.
Know that I, too, will aid in the Empress's defense.
Driver, what is it?
But I get it, though. If you're an actor that is used
I may
to
need that aid right now.
being on set or being on a studio and interacting real time with people instead of just sitting in a seat with cameras surrounded by you, it's a much different experience.
To the portal gate, Li Mei. He isn't welcome in Outworld.
I won't support the general, Reiko, nor his plot to usurp the throne.
Then you won't live to see the new regime.
That's how we're getting straight to business.
They have us surrounded.
I am Earthrealm's protector, Li Mei. I am no stranger to combat.
Then let's get out there.
You should have joined us, not the constabulary. We could have used your Umgadi skills.
Enough! I've no use for a traitor's compliments.
Fight.
And her and Sindel are very, very similar, although Sindel's a much better character in terms of variety of attacks. Though that also means that she's much more difficult to learn as well. Still, I think if somebody started with Li Mei, I think they could, get to grips with the way Mortal Kombat's kind of unique style of combat needs to be done. I feel that they've given her just a slight speed boost
You and your accomplices
in this
will
final
face
version.
Judgment, Reiko.
Just here and there, not like a flat
We must leave.
5 or 6%. But there are certain moves that do seem to kind of work a little bit faster. Which is good, I don't have a problem with the game speed. Unlike, all the pro players out there, but, thankfully I'm not one of those, so, I can just enjoy something without having it to, framed in a competitive mind.
Precedes you. Surrender if you wish to remain unharmed.
Let us pass, Tanya. The Empress and her family are in danger. He brings word that Shang Tsung and General Shao plot against them.
The General? Are you so easily taken in by lies? Once again,
How ironic, huh?
incapable of protecting the royal house.
I have a hard time with that one. Only disappointing thing about Li Mei is she's the only Umgadi that has no ass. She's got everything else going on, just no butt. No wonder they kicked her out.
I'm sorry you made that necessary. Priestesses. You know who I am. Of my deeds when I was one of you. I may no longer be welcome. But in my heart, I am still Umgadi. I will always honor my vows. He's here to end a threat to the Empress. Stand against us, and she will lose the throne. Stand with us, and we will save the Empire.
It's nice to see that not everybody hates her.
Because we mean you no harm.
And that you live will help.
She's just gotten like a thorough stare down and beat down up until now. Oh, look at this place, man.
How dare you, Li Mei? It's not enough that you let Jared be murdered. You let Liu Kang destroy the rest of my family?
My heart broke when your husband died. I lost not only my emperor, but you, my closest friend. I know you may never forgive me. But don't be blinded by anger and grief. We are here to help you.
I don't know, why would you bind their hands and have their hands in front of them? Yeah, maybe she's not very good as a constable.
Your faithlessness astounds, Li Mei. How can you side with Earthrealm against us?
I'm acting for your family's benefit, and for Outworld's. If you took a moment, you'd realize it.
Fight.
I'm a little disappointed that Katana doesn't get her own chapter. But I understand that they've given her own chapter before, so they gotta give it to new people.
Your Highness, you fight the wrong battle.
I do like how different all the styles are. I mean, between these two, you can tell that they're using different techniques. They're fighting in different ways. They've got different stances. They've got different punches. Again, you know, used to be that wasn't a Mortal Kombat thing, but thankfully the last couple of entries have been giving us more distinction.
I must. If I won't risk
This
my
one
life for the throne,
more
I'll
so
not
than any
lose
other
it.
game. Without all the weird restrictions that 11 had.
I remember teaching you that, princess. You were but a girl.
That was long ago. Much has changed.
My loyalty to your family hasn't. Trust me now as you did then. Please, princess, just listen. We shouldn't fight. Forgive me, Princess, but I won't allow you to hurt yourself or anyone else.
Fight.
You know, like Li Mei has like, I mean, she kind of like balls up her her fists. She holds them close to herself, closer to like a boxer than anything else. You got like Lena, who's like a much looser stance, and her strikes tend to like fully extend her arm. So again, it's nice to have that little bit of subtlety for characters that look or are modeled closer to you know, real people and real proportions. That's the benefit that Street Fighter has, is that it, you know, they just kind of resemble people, but they're very exaggerated people. So you can, you know, you can fudge your animations a lot more, and it's acceptable to the human's eye.
Tarkat makes victims of us all.
When they look like this, like if you tried to animate Reiko the same as you animated Zangief, it would look ridiculous. I mean, how much of that stuff do you have exactly?
Praise Argus. Thank you. I am in your debt.
No, Your Majesty. There can be no debt between friends.
We say that all the time
I am glad
between my friends
she
as
is
well.
safe, and that our conflict has ended.
It is paused, not ended. Li Mei has earned my goodwill. Whether you do remains to be seen.
I seek only peace, Your Majesty.
Is that why you send minions on secret missions into my empire? You've proved yourself the enemy I was long warned you would be.
I understand your anger, but I had reason to believe that Shang Tsung posed a threat to both of us. Until I confirmed them, I did not want to burden you with my suspicions.
And now?
They have proven true. Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, the General. They conspire to conquer our realms.
A serious charge. Where is your proof?
At Shang Tsung's laboratory. If what you see
You mean
there
laboratory?
does not convince you, I will surrender Earthrealm without a fight.
Sorry, I'll die on that hill.
How could I have so misjudged them? For Shang Tsung to indulge in such depravity.
I love how, I mean, she's a complicated character, Sindel.
They are not the men I thought them.
The last game, she was just a mustache twirling character, very one-dimensional.
Who they were meant to be.
Here it's like, yeah, you can see your Asian mom in this Sindel.
But it is I who crafted their destinies, along with those of all other beings, at the dawn of history.
You created the realms. Is your mind addled, demigod?
I am a mere demigod now. But eons ago, I was more powerful than all of the Elder Gods combined. I was a Titan, and the Keeper of Time.
Yeah, let this guy who you've never met before bear witness for me.
This is Geras.
Your Majesty, Your Highnesses.
Geras is the guardian of the Hourglass. A celestial object which lies beyond the realms. The Hourglass regulates time and destiny. When I wielded its power, it was upon me to craft all of existence. Which I did when I restarted history.
Restarted?
This timeline was preceded by billions more. Though this is the first of Liu Kang's design. The others were designed by his predecessor. Kronika was obsessed with equalizing good and evil. When a timeline veered too far to one or the other, she would halt it and restart history. tinkering with lives.
I like Chronica. I mean, I like to hate her. I mean, that's the sign of a good bad guy.
Prior timelines, Chronica gave Shang Tsung and Quan Chi mastery of the most vile magics. Shao was not a general, a tyrannical ruler bent on conquest. You, Citadel, were his ruthless wife, who would do anything to preserve your privilege. When I took the hourglass from Chronica, I vowed to do better. So in this timeline, the sorcerers would not gain their dark powers. Shao would be your loyal follower.
Well, sort of.
And you would rule Outworld firmly, but fairly.
But someone has interfered with Liu Kang's design. Shao, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, all have been groomed by an unknown entity to be the villains they were in previous timelines.
Where to begin? Am I to kneel to my creator? Do you expect worship?
No, Your Majesty.
Nah, pretty much the other way
My
around.
prior role was thrust upon me by circumstance. I am in no way divine.
You had power over all of creation, yet you gave it up.
Because I saw how it drove Chronica mad. I knew I would fare no better had I kept it.
Eh, fresh from getting beaten up.
You. How dare you conspire against Outworld?
Not against Outworld, but against your misguided rule. Your deference to him leaves us all vassals.
So you sanction these unspeakable horrors? Lie to me about the threats we face? Thanks to you, Earthrealm blood is already on my hands. Bloodshed, without cause or provocation.
Don't move.
Empress, everyone, stay back.
What is it?
The Amulet of Shinnok, a weapon of terrifying power.
It should not exist. Its maker is powerless, as Liu Kang designed.
Yet more proof of foreign interference.
Enough.
Yeah, where the hell is he? Where is Shinnok? Oh, I guess he's DLC.
Put down the amulet. Its evil is beyond your control.
Do you think I do battle not trained with my weapons? I am more than
So General Shao casts his lot with Outworld's enemies against me. He's a fool to ally with you blood-sucking fiends.
Fight.
Okay, boy, it's strangely... it is strangely engaging. I don't know what it is about the story, but I think they made another interesting plot, which they've had a pretty good track record of. This is audap. You've been watching Mortal Kombat number 1. Or whatever they want to, however they want to refer to this thing. Running on the PlayStation 5. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.